The Resilient Revolution: How Black Women Entrepreneurs Are Redefining Success Against All Odds. Thank you all for being here today. I'm truly honored to stand before you to share some extraordinary insights from my recent interview with Erica Young, a visionary researcher and relentless advocate whose groundbreaking work illuminates one of the most compelling economic phenomena of our time. Erica isn't just documenting reality, she's reframing our entire understanding of entrepreneurship, resilience, and systemic change. Her research has given voice to thousands of overlooked innovators and is actively reshaping how we understand success in America. What Erica revealed during our conversation challenges everything we think we know about entrepreneurship, success, and the American dream. Her research exposes a fascinating contradiction that forces us to reconsider our assumptions about progress and equity in today's business landscape. Here's the unexpected truth: Black women are currently the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs in the United States. Let that sink in for a moment. In a business ecosystem historically dominated by white men, Black women are launching companies at an unprecedented rate, driving innovation, creating jobs, and generating economic growth. Yet, and this is where things get complicated, these same women continue to face disproportionately high barriers to accessing capital and sustaining employment. This isn't just a minor inconvenience, it's a systemic wall that makes their achievements all the more remarkable. What Erica Young's research reveals is profound. The entrepreneurial success we're witnessing among Black women isn't evidence that systemic inequities have been resolved. Rather, it demonstrates their extraordinary resilience in navigating persistent obstacles within both business and labor markets. This isn't just interesting, it's revolutionary because it forces us to ask what might be possible if these barriers were removed. How much more economic growth, innovation, and prosperity might we all enjoy? Let me share three key insights from my conversation with Erica that illuminate this complex reality. First, while Black women are leading as entrepreneurs, they still face significant systemic challenges, especially regarding access to funding and capital, a hurdle not equally shared across all demographics. The numbers are stark. Less than 1% of venture capital funding goes to Black women founders, despite their companies often outperforming industry averages when they do receive investment. Second, recent job market data reveal a troubling rise in unemployment for Black women, even as overall national unemployment remains steady. This underscores how economic downturns can disproportionately affect marginalized groups despite broader positive trends. When the economy sneezes, Black women catch pneumonia, yet they continue to build businesses that employ others. Third, the growth of Black women owned businesses signals both opportunity and ongoing disparity. While revenues for these businesses increased by an impressive 32.7% between 2019 and 2023, the need for intentional support networks, equitable funding, opportunities, and policy changes remains urgent for sustainable progress. These aren't just statistics, they represent real women making extraordinary contributions despite systemic challenges. Let me share some of their stories. Consider Walker's Legacy, a professional collective founded by Natalie Madeira Caulfield. In 2009, Cofield noticed something troubling. At mainstream business events, there was a glaring absence of spaces supporting minority businesswomen. Rather than simply lamenting this gap, she created a solution. Walker's Legacy, named after Madam C.J. Walker, America's first self made female millionaire, now offers business development workshops, leadership training sessions, pitch competitions, and direct connections with investors specifically designed for multicultural women entrepreneurs. The results? Thousands of participants have reported increased confidence in pitching their ideas. Many have secured seed funding or strategic partnerships after completing Walker's legacy program. The organization has expanded nationally with chapters across major U.S. cities and has been recognized by Forbes as one of America's top organizations supporting diverse founders. But Walker's legacy isn't just helping individual entrepreneurs. It's shifting industry perceptions about who leads innovation while contributing directly to higher rates of successful business launches among Black female founders. Then there's the Honey Pot Company, founded by B. Dixon in Atlanta. The company produces plant based feminine hygiene products targeting underserved consumers, especially Black women. Dixon's journey illustrates exactly the kind of resilience Erica Young described in our interview. Dixon launched the company after her own health struggles led her to create natural remedies overlooked by mainstream brands. But she faced immediate resistance. Investors were skeptical about market demand for culturally specific products. When she highlighted her mission to empower young girls who look like her, she endured public backlash. Did she give up? No, she pivoted. Dixon leveraged community driven marketing campaigns and social media platforms, participated in accelerator programs designed for underrepresented founders, and built direct to consumer sales channels online during retail slowdowns. Today, the Honey Pot Company has secured shelf space at Target nationwide and experienced rapid revenue growth amid heightened brand loyalty from core audiences supportive of its mission driven approach. Dixon became one of the first major natural feminine care brand owners, a Black woman stocked at big box retailers nationwide. Her success has inspired other minority led startups while challenging consumer goods companies' assumptions about what and who drives category innovation. Perhaps most revolutionary of all is the Fearless Fund, launched by Arian Simone and Ayanna Parsons explicitly by women of color for women of color. This fund invests exclusively in early stage ventures led by minority female founders. The challenge they're addressing is staggering. Black women led startups consistently receive less than 0.35% of all venture capital dollars annually, a gap compounded by lackluster representation among decision makers at VC firms. Simone started Fearless Fund after experiencing firsthand how difficult it was raising money despite clear product market fit due solely to racial and gender biases prevalent within finance circles. Rather than accepting this reality, she created an alternative. The fund established targeted investment vehicles alongside mentorship cohorts, pairing new founders with seasoned executives from Fortune 500 backgrounds. Within 3 years, they raised over $25 million, dollars, deployed into dozens of high growth companies founded or operated primarily by African American and Latina leaders, with several portfolio companies achieving multi-million dollar valuations or successful exits. Fearless Fund has received recognition from Fast Company and Forbes as an innovator reshaping equity investment practices nationally and internationally. It has become a blueprint, inspiring similar funds globally while demonstrating tangible ROI potential when betting on underrepresented talent pools. These stories illuminate something profound that Erica Young emphasized in our conversation. Black women aren't just succeeding despite the system, they're creating entirely new systems that work not just for them, but potentially for everyone. This brings us to a critical question. Why should anyone who isn't a Black woman entrepreneur care about this phenomenon? The answer is simple but powerful. We are witnessing an economic revolution that challenges our most fundamental assumptions about how success happens in America. For decades, we've operated under the belief that our economic system is essentially meritocratic, that the most talented, hardworking individuals will naturally rise to the top. We've assumed that if certain groups aren't succeeding, it must reflect something about their abilities, work ethic, or choices. But the success of Black women entrepreneurs, achieved not because of the system, but despite it, forces us to reconsider these assumptions. It suggests that our economy has been operating with significant friction, preventing talented individuals from contributing their full potential. Imagine for a moment what might happen if we remove these barriers. What innovations might emerge? What problems might be solved? What wealth might be created? Not just for Black women, but for all of us. This isn't just about fairness or equity, though those are certainly important. It's about unleashing the full creative and productive potential of our economy. It's about removing the friction that holds back innovation and growth. As Erica Young pointed out in our interview, the success of Black women entrepreneurs, despite systemic barriers, doesn't mean the system works. It means these women are extraordinary. And while we should certainly celebrate their resilience and determination, we should also ask ourselves, why are we making success so unnecessarily difficult? The implications extend far beyond entrepreneurship. The same systemic barriers that make it harder for Black women to secure funding for their businesses also contribute to higher unemployment rates, lower wages, and fewer opportunities for advancement in traditional employment settings. I want to leave you with this challenge today. What if the greatest untapped resource in our economy isn't some undiscovered technology or untapped natural resource, but human potential systematically excluded from full participation? What if the next world changing innovation is trapped in the mind of someone who can't get a meeting with an investor because of what they look like? The data is clear, the stories are compelling, and the opportunity is immense. We stand at a crossroads where we can either continue to accept the status quo, celebrating exceptional stories while ignoring the barriers that make them exceptional, or we can commit to dismantling those barriers and unleashing the full innovative potential of our society. This isn't someone else's problem to solve, it's our collective opportunity to seize. As you leave this talk today, I challenge you to ask yourself, what specific action will I take tomorrow to help create a world where talent, not privilege, determines who gets to innovate? How will I use my position, my resources, my networks to ensure that the next Madam CJ Walker doesn't have to be exceptional just to get a seat at the table? The revolution is already happening. The question is, which side of history will you be on? The side that maintained barriers to protect privilege, or the side that helped tear them down to unleash unprecedented human potential? The choice is yours. The time is now, and the future we create together depends on it. Thank you.